Hey you guys, this is Elena with Frozen Fiction. Today I'm going to be doing my 10 favorite books. Now all these are going to be books, some of them are going to be series because if I did just the books it'd be like 2 series and that was it. So for content it's going to be like series and then single books. To start us off, number 10 is Black Ice by Becca Fitzpatrick. I really like this one. It was really creepy and dark, like a really dark serial killer in it too, and it was just, I don't know, I really liked it. It was written very well. I haven't given this one out to any of my friends, but that's because I tend to like darker things than the rest of my friends. Most of them are pretty like whimsical and happy, and I'm not. So I haven't recommended this to anyone yet, but if you like that sort of thing, I definitely recommend reading this one. It's very good. Number 9, the Throne of Glass series, which I have, me and Abby talk about this one all the time, we both love it. I have up to Queen of Shadows on my bookshelf. I haven't gotten the new one yet because I borrowed it from Abby, so I didn't have a reason to buy the new one. So, oops. I will be getting that sometime soon, hopefully. Definitely recommend these. Fairy World, like anything by her actually, Sarah J. Maas. The next one I have is Starcrossed. I read this in 7th or 8th grade. As you can see, it's been well loved. It's well loved. I've recommended this to 2 or 3 people, read it multiple times. I only have up to the 2nd one because once again I borrowed the 3rd one, so there was no point of me buying it. I will get to that too eventually. My next one is Tiger's Curse. Love this series. It was my favorite series from 6th grade to 8th grade when I figured out my favorite series, which is coming up. I have all of them. I have the book jackets for the rest, but I lent this one to a teacher and she lost it, and I'm still kind of salty about that. So yeah, tigers turning into men. I guess they were tigers. Indian mythology. It's really good. Highly recommended. The movie's going to be coming out eventually. They said they've been working on it for a long time. They keep saying like, oh yeah, we're working on it, and like it hasn't come out yet. So I don't know what's up with that, but I'm looking forward to the movie. Next one is another one I don't have, but I read it this year. It's called Stones into Schools by Greg, I forgot his last name. I will put it in the description below. It's the sequel to 3 Cups of Tea. And I read 3 Cups of Tea in 5th grade, and I didn't really get it. It's nonfiction, and it's just like I got the entire point, but it didn't like resonate with me. But I found the sequel this year because we had to read a nonfiction for my English class, and that book like tore me apart emotionally. I was like sobbing in my first hour because like a bunch of kids died in an earthquake, and I was just like, I was a mess. That book was so good. Like, and I did a huge project on it, and I loved it. You need to read the first one for backstory, but like the second one was just so good. Okay, next we have the Elemental Assassin series by Jennifer Estep, my favorite author. I don't have all the books because there's like 15. Most of the ones I have are secondhand shop, and I bought all the ones at the secondhand shop, but they didn't have all of them. So I have like 4 or 5 of them. They're really good. This is an adult series, but she's an assassin by the series title. She kills people. She's kind of like the mob boss now in Asheville, North Carolina? Yeah, North Carolina. I love all of her stuff. She's a phenomenal author. Next, with another book I don't have, the Big Time series by Jennifer Estep, which is a superhero series that she writes, and it's kind of, Big Time is a city, it's kind of like New York, and she just writes, there's 4 of them, and they're all about superheroes, and they are so good. Like, all the smarty charm in there is just like fantastic. I love it. My next one is V for Vendetta, library edition, hardcover. It's so nice. I got it for my birthday. Yeah, I love this book, just like all of the social issues it brings up, And like it's a graphic novel too, so that's like extra awesome points. And the poem, remember the 5th of November. November 5th is my birthday, so I'm like, double awesome, let's go! So I do really like this book. I don't have to recommend it to everyone because like my friends have already read it, so oops. Next we have the Black Blade series by Jennifer Estep. Really good. It came out after my favorite book series. Not as good as her other YA series, but definitely really good. Highly recommended. As you can see, I haven't lent it to anyone though because it's still like really nice. There's not a crease. I tried really hard. None of them have a crease in it, so I tried so hard to keep these nice. It kind of has some wrinkles, but that's okay. Highly recommend these. It's about a girl who grew up with her mom, and then her mom was murdered by her uncle in front of her own eyes. She was taken by one of her mom's best friends, and he owned a pawn shop, so he made her steal and like pickpocket and steal stuff for him to sell in his pawn shop. And then she kind of like gets like caught, and then she's brought into like the mafia family that her mom was part of and didn't want her to be part of. That's like rivals with her uncle that like killed her mom. So there's just like a whole bunch of like family mobster drama, kind of like Romeo and Juliet-esque, but like minus the huge love story, kind of. So yeah, that one's really good. Highly recommend it. My next one isn't what you would think it's gonna be. Number 2. It's called Fortunately, Unfortunately. And I got this Christmas. My grandma used to read it to me, and I forgot that she read it to me for a long time until she mentioned it this year when we were on vacation. And it's just pretty much like the entire thing is like, fortunately this happened, but unfortunately he couldn't do it because like some other terrible thing happened. But fortunately he had like some wild random mean of like getting from point A to point B. Like, it doesn't matter that I'm 18. I still asked for this for Christmas. My dad thinks I'm weird, and I regret nothing. Okay, so, number 1. By far, favorite of all time. This has been my favorite since 8th grade. Favorite author. First young adult series. Mythos Academy. Touch of Frost. If you're wondering why it's called Frosty Fiction, this would be it. I adore these books. They are my favorite. I will be doing reviews on these eventually for sure because there's not that much stuff. Like for these books I have a Tumblr account called Mythos Academy Fangirl that I do all stuff Gwen Frost, and like I make not really fan art. I can't draw, but I do like fan memes, I guess. I don't know what to call them, but I do a bunch of fan stuff, and I just everything that I think Gwen Frost would like I usually throw up on there. And I did some fan fiction for a while, but I couldn't really keep it up because I was writing in between classes, and like I would have rather read. So that kind of died out. I still have a lot of ideas for it though, but like being realistic, it's not gonna, I don't think I'm ever gonna finish it. But that's okay, it was trash anyways, because once again I wrote it in between classes and like just updated it without checking for grammar or like any of that stuff. So yeah. But highly recommend these. They are so good. I love them. So anyways, those are my top 10 books / series. I love them all. Highly recommended. Obviously these can change at any time. Like on my Goodreads I have a favorite books list, and it's 198 books long. So hey, if you want to check that out you can, but I don't expect you to read them all because like I'm surprised I've read them all, and I will probably be editing that sometime soon because as I was going through it for this video I was like, I don't remember half of these. So I'm going to go through those again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next week. Bye y'all.